Hello and welcome, I'm Raziel, and well, with Heresy Thursday, I tended to find when I focused on a single model that they were showing off, that those videos did the best. And someone did kindly leave a comment on one of my videos saying, if you want people to play, well, paraphrasing here, if you want people to play other games, show off the minis. I was thinking, well, if showing off minis and what they look like and just, giving a review of that miniature helps my views and gets people to buy better looking minis, then I should do, because I do think that you guys deserve the best that your money can buy. That's always been my opinion, that you should always go with quality. You should spend your money that way, not because you prefer a brand or anything like that. It should always be on the best. It's your time, it's your money, and that's what I very much believe. And so I thought I'd start this whole new series where I do talk about miniatures from other games, and it's only going to be the single miniatures. It's not going to be ones that are locked behind posse boxes or starter boxes or anything like that. These are going to be miniatures that you can buy separately on their own. And I thought I would start with the one that got me into Wild West Exodus and started to get me away from Warhammer. Okay, so I'm doing that. This is why I'm looking at the legendary Walks Lurking. And to me, this is how a fantastically sculpted mini should look like for a major named character. Walks Lurking is a big player in the Warrior Nation. She is one of the big leaders. She's a daughter of Grey Wolf, Ghost Wolf I should say, and she has a fascinating story to go with it. So, when you have a character like this, the model should exemplify that. Show how great the model is, the character is within the model. And I've got to say, this is exactly what it does. This shows off her story so well. It shows off her character. Everything about her is great. And this is a nice looking mini. And it is one of my favourite minis of all time. I've built her, I've painted her. She was a build to blast, a delight to paint. And I've got to say, I'm going to sort of fawn over this model so much because to me this is exactly a great looking miniature. It really is. This is the front view, and we're going to look at the back view as well because it continues exactly why I love her and why she's such a nice miniature. So we'll go back to the front view because we can talk about that better. So here's the thing. This is a fantastic running pose. It is. Her body's leaning forward. Her head is looking up and straight, even though she's blindfolded, as you can see. She is a determined runner. She is sprinting full force. Her arms and legs are alternated, I should say, as you do with running. It's a natural thing. And it shows so much movement in just her pose alone. If you look at how her legs are there, it's crossed over slightly, exactly as if you were sprinting fast. You've got all the movement of the robes and the hair are all exemplifying this movement. They're fast, it's going with her and not against her. It's all nice and smooth. You can see the movement within her body, and her just the clothes alone are really showing off how fast she is going. And she is obviously going full force because this girl is determined. She wants half her soul back. Like I said, her lore is absolutely brilliant. I love it. She vowed to the hex. She became this monster. Her father tore out the monster and it took half her soul. She no longer has any emotions, well, strong emotions. And she's just this determined person to get that soul back. And this shows this. She is, you can even see her face. It's no real anger or anything. It's a bland face showing her lack of emotion that goes with her story. Again, just it shows her story and her character so very well, and it's a brilliant looking model. Now, a bit more on the technical stuff. I love how this is the actual base. This is why I'm showing the unpainted version. The actual base, as you can see, got all this dust flaring up behind her. And again, it shows more speed. It doesn't make it look kinetic. It makes her look fast. She's kicking up all this dust behind her as she's sprinting along. And what you can't see, because there's no side view unfortunately, but hopefully we can see it on the back view. You see how it's all twisting and turning, going towards her like this. And there's some going away from her because it's obviously been kicked back. But look how most of the dust is going towards her, because that's how it would have kicked up. Her foot's gone up, and up goes the dust. Again, brilliant. This so much exemplifies her speed and her movement, and continues the fluidity and kinetic form of the model. She looks like she's moving, and I love it when models do that. I've said this 100 times. One of my biggest problems with tactical rocks is they always tend to ground the movement of the body. It makes it look static. This makes her look kinetic. She looks like she's moving. The way her body's twisting with her arm, she is determined to make that slash, and her second arm being this way, see how it's bent here, and the blade's this, like, down here. Not only she's ready to do that, she's following it straight up. That is a fluid movement, so you can see her going once, twice, 2 strikes straight away. This is so lovely. It's just a nice pose for a character of her caliber. And some more other little things which you might not notice, but you can see the shadow here and here. That blindfold isn't right onto her face. It's not pressed against her face. It's not. There's an on the model as well. You can see it. There's a little gap behind the blindfold, while a blindfold would actually be slightly off because of her nose. And that's exactly what they've done here as well. You can see as well on the boot here where it's slightly looser, but there's a bit of shadow here, again showing that the boot isn't tight to her skin. There is some movement there. There's a little bit of, gap, which would be when you're running like this. And it's just stuff like this makes this model so wonderful. And you got like a little bit of a gap here. It's such a lovely model, and there's so much love and has gone into her, and it does show. It's so cool. And I've got to say, look, there's not much more I can say without repeating myself, but the detail on this is absolutely fantastic. Look at the braiding of the hair, the tassels, or whatever you call this bit here, on the clothing, and here as well. The little knife here. There's also a little thing here which you can't really see. The detail here. And like the patterns here. It's so lovely sculpted, and it really shows off what she looks like. If we go back to the back of her, again you can see the tassels. There's a little emblem there you can see, and some more little details there. The hair here is lovingly designed. It flows straight into it, and you can see the back of the blindfold as well. So when you do the blindfold, you've got that. You've got the headdress. Again, just a lovely looking headdress. So everything shows this girl is a leader. She's determined, she's strong, and she's fantastic looking. I really enjoy this model, and like I said, I enjoyed building it and I enjoyed painting it. But I do want to talk about one thing as well when I'm going to talk about this. I want to talk about their rules as well. So her rules are this. Walks looking. She has a 6-inch movement. This is her, like I said, the model shows that she looks fast. The rules go with this. It does. It parallels this. She looks like she's going fast, and her model is fast. She has a grit of 6, so a 4+ save, and a fight of 7, giving her a 3+ hit. This is just 2 insane things straight away. A 6+ save and a 3+ to hit makes her incredibly strong. She has a 60% chance of saving her rolls, and a 70% of always hitting. Yeah, by the way these works is you roll a d10 and you add the number you get to your grit, and if it's 10 or more, the grit is saved. Same with the fight. This A1 here is her aim. I actually think they had to do this because no attribute can go below 1. As you can see, she only has a melee attack. It has a range of 1, but I don't think anyone's going to do that with her, because honestly, why would you? You want her in close combat. With a rate of attack of 2, that means she gets 2 attacks. But it gets worse. Blind backstab reactions against this unit suffer a -4 penalty. Backstab's fantastic in Wild West Exodus. It's a good way of getting a strike in when, they can't really defend against it. So the fact that this woman who's blind can just basically dodge attack from behind is absolutely fantastic. Again, it shows her story really well. I love it when lore and rules coincide. And again, you have this instinctive attack. She ignores parry. Again, something really good within the Wild West, a very good rule within the Wild West Exodus. And if she's attacking someone with a brutal quality, she causes 2 wounds onto that target. So 3 wounds at a rate of 2. That's 6 wounds onto something like a massive monster. She is absolutely devastating close combat. She can take away portals as well, which are great because that's something you want to do. You want to remove the chance of reinforcements, and removing portals is what she does is just a phenomenal way of doing this. And so this is it, and this is why I think this model is so fantastic. She has some great rules. She has a -1 piercing, so most people's so those who do take a grit test will have to take a -1 on their grit as well. She hits on 3s, saves on 4s. She's a fantastic character to add to your army. If you're thinking about going to Wild West Exodus, I would always say Warrior Nation is probably one of my favourite factions. Them and the Watchers are my 2 favourite. I'm a big fan of UFOs. I'm going to go with aliens like that. Normal grey aliens anyway. But Warrior Nations have some of the best looking models. And best way to start is with Walks looking. Legendary Walks looking. Blast model, absolutely great. And as you can see, she's £17, I believe. £19. Sorry, the recording thing is right over the price. I do apologise about that. Yeah, the recording HUD is right over the price. And yeah, I think this is such a wonderful model. And at £19, it makes her quite inexpensive. And she's a phenomenal, fun model to build, a delight to paint, like I said. And she will look fantastic leading your Warrior Nation army to victory time and time again. There you go. Anyway, if you want to get into Wild West Exodus, the link to Wayland Games down below is where all of the stock is. I do get commission from it, I'm not going to lie. And of course you can buy this model there. So, go there. If you like comics, mangas, DVDs, plushies, toys, there's Forbidden Planet as well. There's my comics and my merchandise, so t-shirts, cups, etc. And of course, Skyforge. I've got to start saying about Patreon because I want to do this full time, because I kind of want to retire now. I've been doing my job for a long time. I want to retire and I want to do this as my job because I like talking about miniatures. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you all have a good day, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.